Hey, shalom, 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 shalom. Before I get this lesson started, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone of whom I learned from, and a shalom to the whole elect, taking this truth to to the elect spirits of Rosh Hashanah to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits to the marriage supper of the Lamb, who is Yahweh Shai. This is your brother Radah from the GMS Atlanta camp. Okay, so two things. Today, I love this. This is the spirit. So I'm going through TikTok. Been when you save videos, just like when you do on Instagram, the algorithm will start to send more videos your way. And about a week ago, I started noticing someone was putting up a bunch of old 80s commercials and 80s little clips of 80s vids that completely, I was like, oh my God, I remember when I saw that on TV. Television to television. What is vision? Let's get some of these words. Vision. Let's see if we can. Something seen in the imagination or in the supernatural. Presence, sight, view, look, appearance, dream, supernatural sight, the act of seeing, sight, thing seen, noun of action from the past participle to see, sense of sight, statesman-like foresight, political sagacity. Let me see. Let's do this. Let's see if we can television. Let me see. Television. In reference to a theoretical system to transmit moving images over telegraph or telephone wires. Television is not impossible in theory. In practice, it would be very costly without being capable of serious application, but we do not want that. On that day when it will be possible to accelerate our methods of telephotography by at least 10 times, which does not appear to be impossible in the future, we shall arrive at television. With 100 telegraph wires, then the problem of sight at a distance will without doubt cease to be a chimera. That was in 1907. That's 1907. So you telling me that these motherfuckers weren't getting some information on the left-hand side? Because it was coming into a specific race of people. And then with that, and with the development of this technology, they would also have to have a download of wisdom in order to know how to create and produce the images they would want you to see, where it wouldn't look suspect when they would be putting wickedness into your mind. Because that's exactly what these people did. Never have doing it ever before in the history of man. When they were given this technology, they were able to put images at such a rate, fast and slow, gradually over time, to direct and instruct the minds of the masses. You got to understand how powerful this is. This is a fulfillment of prophecy too, okay? Let me see. Other proposals for the name of a thin hypothetical technology for sending pictures over distances were telephote and televista. The successful technology was developed in the 1920s and 30s. Okay, nativized in German as Fernschenhen, and we understand that the Germans are the Temanites. And the Temanites are the tribe of the Edomites known for their wisdom, right? On the left-hand side. The meaning, a television set, is from 1941, meaning television as a medium. What's a medium? Think about this. What's a medium? Television is the first truly democratic culture, the first culture available to everyone and entirely governed by what the people want. That's bullshit. It's not governed by what the people want. It's governed by the people, by what the people want who control it. And the people who control it are the Amalekites. the head tribe of Edom, the Edomites, the so-called white men. The most terrifying thing is what people do want. See, now this is very clever. They are gaslighting you. They're gaslighting the public with what they were doing. See, because that's crap. That makes it sound like the public's in control. That's a deception right there. That's a lie. Because what comes across those airwaves is determined by the people who are in control of the media. Okay? If you want to have fun, come home with me. You can stay all night and play with my TV. TV is the thing this year. This year, TV is the thing this year. Radio was great. Now it's out of date. TV is the thing this year. And that was in 1953. And radio is still TV because it goes into the airwaves, which is the prince of the power of the air. Let's look up medium real quick, and I'm going to get to my lesson. Medium. Media. Medium. All right. A middle ground quality or degree that which holds a middle place. Many of the secondary senses are via the notion of intervening substance through which a force or quality is conveyed. Intermediate agency. One's environment or conditions. A print publication. In spiritualism, a person who conveys. Now this is it. Because all actors are channelers. They channel. This is what a medium is. They channel. Person who conveys spiritual messages. Painting in reference to oil, watercolor. The notion is liquid with which pigments are ground or mixed to give them desired fluidity. Golden means. Okay, so right there, that's what I was looking. In spiritual, a person who conveys spiritual messages. And that's really what this is. That's really what the media is. It's spiritual messages. Because everything Esau does is on the left hand, and they get all their information from the left hand Alahayim. That's where I was going with that. Now check this out. It says 1985 on the screen, but this is from 1978 because I remember when this came over the airwaves, the little kids, we would sing this song. We would sing along to this. Listen to what this lady is saying. Look how she looks and listen to how she sounds. She sounds like a Jake. I'm starting to wonder if the original singer is an actual Judite woman and they just had a white woman cover over in the actual in the commercial to make it go further. But if you listen to the way she's singing like a so-called black woman. But listen to the words she's saying, and think about the time. It's 1978. It's not 1985. It's 1978. I was 7 years old when this came over the airways. I remember, bro. Listen to this.
The kids, I can put the wash on the line, feed the kids, get dressed, pass out the kisses, and get to work by 5 and 9.
If you grew up in the 80s, you'll remember this Anjali jingle and the mixed messages that it delivered. Check it out.
'Cause I'm a woman, Anjali.
Charles of the Ritz creates Anjali, the new 8-hour perfume for the 24-hour woman.
I can bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan, and never let you forget your romance. 'Cause I can fry it up in a pan, and never let you forget your romance. 'Cause I'm a woman, Anjali.
So this is hyperfeminism in its beginning stages. Just going crazy. Women working in the workforce. I'm the provider. I'm going to do all this. And then I'm also going to disrespect and never let you forget you're a man. Meaning what? Like a derogatory statement. Who wrote the lyrics to this shit? Who produced this fucking commercial? It's for a perfume, which is huge. It's covering the topic of women going into the workplace, making money, becoming empowered. She's the 24-hour woman. She's doing it all. She's the superwoman, which will eventually lead to what? I don't need a man. And listen, I'm going to play it one more time. Listen to this. Very catchy. Now imagine how this sounded in 1978 coming over the TV. Think about this shit. There was no internet. There was not a million different screens. There were not a million different channels yet. There were a handful of channels, you guys. I remember when television, you used to have to wait for it to turn on. Well, you could come home from work or come home from school, and most of the channels would be off. And then you would have to wait for them. I mean, you had daytime TV, but the other, like the specialty channels, like HBO, you had to wait till 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock for HBO to turn on. And then it would turn on and it would only be on for a couple of hours. And then it would go off at 12. Same with other channels that were on during the day. They would go off at late times at night. There wasn't this plethora of channels. I'm going to let this play again.
I can put the wash on the line, feed the kids, get dressed, pass out the kisses, and get to work by 5 and 9.
If you grew up in the 80s, you'll remember this Anjali jingle and the mixed messages that it delivered. Check it out.
'Cause I'm a woman, Anjali.
Charles of the Ritz creates Anjali, the new 8-hour perfume for the 24-hour woman.
I can bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan, and never, never, never let you forget your romance.
And never, never, never let you forget you're a man. Meaning what? I'm gonna put you in your place. I'm the shit. You're gonna do what I say. You're gonna follow behind me. And so what is this also leading up to? There's a bunch of precepts that said this was gonna happen. And not only was it gonna, so we gotta break this all down. What did the Hebrew Israelite men do? We broke our marriage vows to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, because He likens us unto a woman. Look at this. So now we got to go somewhere. I was looking it up, because I saw that 1985, and I was like, no, this came out way earlier. And right there, Anjali was a popular perfume launched in 1978 by Charles of the Ritz. It was billed as an 8-hour perfume for the 24-hour woman and had a very memorable ad campaign to accompany it. Now, some commercials just stick with you, and this one for Anjali is one of them. It uses the Liber Stoller classic, I'm a Woman. Okay, so that was an already recorded song. I'm almost positive a Jake girl sang it because of the way it sounds. I'm a Woman as its basis. This song was popularized by the talented Peggy Lee, and the singer of this Emoji commercial is definitely sending out strong Peggy Lee vibes. The lyrics for this are an update from the original song with a decidedly early 80s take on how popular culture was defining women's roles. I found this interview from 1979 that refutes this commercial as a declaration of the direction of a woman's place in society. It is an interesting snapshot and demonstrates the popularity of this commercial. Working's study on wage and inequity. See, so that was the accusation that women got to make the same as a man. Which the whole thing, women do not belong around men in the workplace. We'll try to close the wage gap. See, those are all distractions. Oh, we got to make more money. You're not even supposed to be around men, but the work will just begin because there will be resistance within industry, and then the recession will make it all but impossible to change. In 1979, more women will try to close the wage gap. Charlene Venera, Public Relations and Funding Director for the YWCA. I predict the development of what I sense is the new feminine mystique, a mystique which puts women in the superhuman role of full-time worker. See how it sounds great? Oh, wow. No. What was going to happen is women were going to be separated from their children, and as the television continued to increase and get more and more, that's what your children would be sitting down looking at all day when they would be in those daycare centers, while the mom would go to work, and then the mom would eventually split from the husband because she would either outperform him and make more money, or she would cheat on him with somebody at work. That's what my mom did. It wasn't my dad, it was my stepdad, but she left my stepdad for another guy at work, at the workplace. Fucking all. And so it's presented, the super woman, right? It's all, and again, this race of people that control the media. They were given a download to have the technology and another download to present it painlessly. The ability to craft these lies that sounded just fabulous. I predict the development of what I sense is the new feminine mystique, a mystique which puts women in the superhuman role of full-time worker, full-time wife, and mother, and full-time lover. But no submission, no reverence of the husband. He's not the head. She's the head. Full-time wife and mother and full-time lover. See how they divide that? This image is best captured by an ad for Charlie's of the Ritz and Jolie perfume, portraying the 24-hour woman claiming, I bring home the bacon, fry it in the pan, and never forget he's a man. I hope, see how they never let you forget you're a man? So they changed the lyrics to make it sound insulting to the man. I hope women and men are aware of the destructive nature of this claim and realize the sharing of domestic and work roles is the only way to bring about full equality. See how they're it sounded like this person is concerned? No. They shouldn't have been in the workplace and they should have never left the home, dude. Work roles and the only way to bring about full. It's not about it being equal. Women are not ever going to be equal to a man. You can't be equal to your head. The man is not equal. Men, the elect men, are not equal to Yahushai. Yahushai stands head and shoulders above us. You can see that in in 2 Ezra when he's crowning us. He stands head and shoulders above us, and it's always going to be like that. The apostles are not equal to Yahushai, and Yahushai will tell you in the most honorable fashion ever, he's not equal to his Father. You can see by the way that Yahushua prays to his Father, the way he speaks about his Father, the way that he honors his Father. He's not equal to his Father. Now his Father, Yahweh the Most High, is highly exalted Yahushua above everything. But Yahushua still bows to his Father. Yahushua is waiting for his Father to send him back. He's not going to come back on his own accord. He's going to wait till his Father says, now you can go light them up. And he's going to leave. If you read the scriptures, there's an angel that's sent from Yahweh's presence and tells Yahushua, now it's time. Thrust in your sharp sickle. The earth is ready to be reaped. Right there, you see Yahweh telling Yahushua it's time to go. There's an order to everything. Women are not equal to men. And they're not supposed to be. And you shouldn't take offense to that shit. Damn. I'm going to pull 2 videos after this. I'm going to play that commercial, and then I'm going to show this video on YouTube, and then we'll be done. I'm going to get some precepts. Unfortunately, my guess is that a lot of women and men will buy this concept. I think more women because of Cincinnati women, whatever. Because I'm a woman, Anjali, I can bring home the bacon. Anjali, fry it up in a pan and never let you forget you're a man. I can work till 5 o'clock. Come home and read your tickety talk. Tonight, I'm going to cook for the kids, and if it's loving you want, I can kiss you and give you the servants fits. Whatever. All this, I'm the shit. But you've been at work all day taking orders from another man. And then you're going to come home. Man, when you look at this stuff, it's crazy because it never was like this. Now, why did all this happen? We're going to get the precepts. Why did all this happen? Let's start with here. How long will thou go about, O backsliding daughter? This is, look, right here, look. We've got to see the history of this. There's only one nation that was married to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, and that was Israel. And just like there's an order to everything, the Most High is directly speaking to the men. Even though he's using the word daughter, he likens the men unto a comely woman, and we're going to get that. How long wilt thou go about, O backsliding daughter? He's not speaking to a woman right here. This is dark speech. And the second line proves it. Because the second line says he's going to use women to punish the daughter. Well, who's the daughter? It's the men. How long will thou go about? In reference to order, when you are dealing with the nation of Israel, the men are likened unto the wife of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, because he's married to the nation. In all houses, in every house, the father is the head of the house. And a house becomes a city, it becomes a tribe, it becomes a nation. And in every nation there is a family, and that same order repeats itself. You have the husband or the father, and you have the wife or the mother and the children. So the men are always the head in every nation. I don't give a fuck what some other heathen nation. Well, the women were shut the fuck up. This is the head nation, the 12 tribes of Israel. This is how things go here, and soon the entire planet will be subdued underneath Yahushai's rulership, and the whole world will be under this rulership. The man is the head. How long wilt thou go about, O backsliding daughter? For Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. Why? Because the daughter is backslidden. And who's the daughter? It's the men of Israel. A woman shall compass a man. That's the punishment. The response, the light, the understanding of this is that the wife of the Most High refuses to submit to the authority of Yahweh, because we're going around him, we're going around the other nations and worshiping the other gods. So as a punishment to us, so that we can feel and see what it's like, I'm going to create a situation in the earth. It's going to be a new thing, because this is not the normal order. This is for punishment's sakes only. It's temporary. It's going to last a long time, but once it comes to an end, it will never go back to that. But it's because you fucked up here. So I got to give you a taste of your own medicine. A woman shall compass a man. Okay? So let me go here. Look. So now that a woman is compassing a man, also what's happening? Let me see, the captain of 50. The captain of 50. Let me see. She pulls it up. Yep, there it is. Let's go back. I think it's all the way to the front. So look at this. So Isaiah 3:1. For behold, the Lord, the Yahweh of hosts, he doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff. That goes your power, right? The whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water. Look what he's doing. The mighty man. What's he doing? He's deconstructing. He's destroying. He's bringing down the house. Who's he hitting first? The man. Why? Because the man is the protective covering of every nation. You strike the man, all else is the spoils. Women are always the spoils of war. The mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet. He hasn't named one woman yet, because women are underneath all of these men. There are no mighty women. There are no women of war. There are no female judges. There are no female prophets. There are no prudent and ancient. That's all males. It's all men. Okay? Verse 3, the captain of 50. There are no women leading 50 mighty valiant men. And the honorable man. Doesn't say anything about a woman. And the counselor and the cunning artificer and the eloquent orator. Look at this. And I will give children to be their princes. That's talking about the Edomites. Because when you follow the chain, the family tree, it goes, when you follow it from Abraham, from Isaac, and then Esau and Jacob, and the Most High chose Jacob, and then Jacob had 12 sons. When you follow that family tree, Esau is younger. Esau is a youth when it comes to Isaac and when it comes to Abraham. So that's the children. Those are your children that are over us. I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them, and the people shall be oppressed, every one by another, and every one by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient and the base. Why? Because everything's been flipped around. The men have been knocked out of the way. You got a nasty nation who is ruling over there. And then what is this? What's the other precept? women rule over them. I was probably women rule over them. As for my people, I was probably right there. Yeah, I just need to go a little bit further down. Salakia. As for my people, and as the result of the men being knocked out of the way. Why? Because we are the backsliding daughter. And so the Yahweh has to create a new thing in the earth. So now he has to remove the order and bring disorder by judging us. I got to remove the man from his position, right? And I'm going to put the woman in a position she's not supposed to be in. Because now I want you to feel what it feels like. As for my people, children are their oppressors. There goes the Edomites, Amalek and Esau, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. Why? Because you're looking at this shit. So the children who are our oppressors are the same race of people who own the media. They have downloads from the left-hand side. Satan is perfectly given, and I'm talking about Satan, the prince demon spirit. I'm talking about all the left-handed Alahayim. They are perfect in their obedience to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh is giving them instruction on how to lead them to lead us so that these prophecies can be fulfilled. As for my people, that's talking about the Hebrew Israelites, because black women, Hebrew Israelite women, both northern and southern kingdom, if you even listen to the way this woman is singing, I guarantee you the original song was sung by a Jake woman. It don't sound like no white girl singing this shit. But look what she's doing. Because the Edomite woman is the one that everyone's trying to be like. So they show her being what? Being independent of her man, and all the other women are going to want to follow. All the other, and they got her sounding like a Jake woman too. There's a lot of elemental magic going on here, but it's to fulfill this prophecy. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. But why? Because we cheated. And my people, which are led, O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to error and destroy the way of the past. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
Wash on the line, feed the kids, get dressed, pass out the kisses, and get to work by 5 and 9.
If you grew up in the 80s, you'll remember this Anjali jingle and the mixed messages that it delivered. Check it out.
'Cause I'm a woman, Anjali.
Charles of the Ritz creates Anjali, the new 8-hour perfume for the 24-hour woman.
I can bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan. And never, never, never let you forget your romance. 'Cause I'm a woman, Anjali.
This is just one fucking commercial. Out of all the movies where you saw women out in the front, being police officers, being this, being that, not having no head, being the desire of the nation, and all the other women all over the nation watching these TV shows, these televisions, having a vision told to them, right? And then that vision, that instruction going right into their minds and them saying, oh, hell yeah, I want that. And they all ate it up like Eve ate the fucking fruit in the Garden of Eden. Now look, what did we do? What did we do? I want Hosea. I will not judge. I will not judge. I will not judge your daughters. I will not judge your spouses. Look, Hosea. But why? Now this is too... Motherfucker. I will not judge your spouses when they commit whoredoms. Watch. It's Hosea. So look at this. So this is the northern kingdom that this is directed to, but it doesn't exclude Judah. Just like when there's prophecy specific to Judah, because I'm going to pull another one, it doesn't exclude the northern kingdom. So look at this. Hosea 4:14. I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouses when they commit adultery. Why? For themselves. Who's the themselves? The backsliding daughter. Who's the backsliding daughter? The men. That's who this is. For themselves, talking about the men, are separated with whores. What are the whores? Is it talking about other women? No, because we can have multiple wives and concubines. That's not what it's talking about. The whores is talking about temple prostitutes and doctrines of the other nations that the men were involved in, passing the holy seed to the fire. We were sacrificing our children to Moloch. We were burning incense under every green tree. That's the whores that we were engaged in, and that's the form of adultery. That's the form of cheating that the men of Israel were doing against Yahweh. Therefore, Yahweh said, I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouses when they commit adultery. For themselves, talking about the men, are separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots. Therefore, the people that doth not understand shall fall. You want to see another example? Let's go to Jeremiah. This is when he sanctioned that one day he was going to take his name out of the earth. It's Jeremiah 44. I swear by my great name. Salakia for not having it memorized, but it'll put, look, I swear by my great name that I will take my name out of the lips of the men of Judah, of the lips. It's going to be Jeremiah. There it is. So look at this. So what's going on here? Let's read some. Let's get the history. But this is the punishment. Jeremiah 44:26. Therefore, hear ye the word of Yahweh, all Judah. Judah is the southern kingdom. Again, when there is a prophecy spoken to the southern kingdom, it does not exclude the northern kingdom. Okay? Therefore, hear ye the word of Yahweh, all Judah that dwell in the land of Egypt. Behold, I have sworn by my great name, saith Yahweh, that my name. So this very precept right here in prophecy, you can see the fulfillment because capital Lord is the very fulfillment of him taking his name out of the earth because of this very act. And you see Esau doing it by putting Lord instead of Yahweh. I have sworn by my great name, saith Yahweh, that my name shall no more be named in the mouth of any man of Judah. Who is Judah? Judah is the head tribe of Israel. Just like Amalek, the small hats are the head tribe of Edom. Imagine something being removed from Amalek and how it would trickle out throughout the rest of Edom, because Amalek is the head tribe of Edom. Everything the people who call themselves Jews do affects white people, whether they want it to affect them or not. Why? Because everything's about rank and file. They are the head tribe. They are the top-ranking priests of the priesthood on the left-hand side. Everything goes through them. This is why they're over all the media. This is why they're over all the central banking system. This is why they're able to control and buy all of the other Edomites in America, because they're the head tribe. That's why. They're not the Jews. We're the Jews. They're the Amalekites. And the same thing goes for here in Judah. Everything is about rank and file. Everything is about order. Women are not equal to men because that's the order. And men are not equal to Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai is not equal to his father. There is an order. And this same order, this same rank and file also goes through the 12 tribes of Israel, as well as it does go through the tribes of Edom, with Amalek sitting at the top of them and Judah being at the top. So look, therefore, hear ye the word of Yahweh, all Judah that dwell in the land of Egypt. Behold, I have sworn by my great name, saith Yahweh, that my name shall no more be named in the mouth of any man of Judah in all the land of Egypt, saying, the Lord God liveth. Why? Let's go up to the top. Look what happened. The word that came to Jeremiah concerning all the Jews. It's talking about and the Jews are Judah, the so-called Negroes, blacks. We are the Jews. This is the southern kingdom, including Benjamin and Levi, the Jamaicans and the Haitians. The word that came to Jeremiah concerning all the Jews which dwell in the land of Egypt, which dwell at Migdol and at Taphanes and at Noph and in the country of Pathros, saying, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the God of Israel, ye have seen all the evil that I have brought upon Jerusalem and upon all the cities of Judah, And behold, this day they are a desolation, and no man dwelleth therein, because of their wickedness which they have committed to provoke me to anger, and that they went to burn incense to serve other gods. We're cheating on our husband. Right there, verse 3. That is the equivalent of us. What you see happening today with all the women constantly fucking cheating, no matter what the guy is, no matter how tall he is, no matter how he's physically built, no matter how much money, no matter if he's got 10 million or 300 million. It doesn't fucking matter. They're all fucking cheating, and they're all filing for divorce. It comes back to all of this, you guys. This is what we were doing. Remember themselves. Remember the backsliding daughter. That is dark speech for the men, because the Most High likens us to his wife. I'm going to pull that precept. He likens us unto a comely woman. Because of their wickedness, which they have committed to provoke me to anger, and that they went to burn incense and to serve other gods, whom they knew not, neither they, ye, nor your fathers. Howbeit I sent unto you all my servants the prophets. I asked you to stop. I didn't just hit you. I asked you to stop, rising early and sending them, saying, oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate. But they hearken not. Do women listen to men today? Fuck no, they don't. Why? Because his wife, the men weren't listening then. They weren't listening to Yahweh back then. Everything you see playing out on the earth today with women not submitting to the authority of a man, it's because the men were not submitting to the authority of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. So you have to taste, you have to feel the sting of this shit long enough, and then you have to be, if he has mercy and grace on you to bring you to the understanding of these precepts, that's where the release and the closure and the healing begins, and the repentance. If you don't get the scriptures and you're going to try to red pill your way out of this, or you think you're going to be a fucking, what do they call them, the fucking passport bros? Dude, those guys are destroyed. That's not the salvation. Going to the other nations, of course they're going to trip out on us. We're the Hebrew Israelites. Everywhere, especially the tribe of Judah, everywhere we go, people there's a vibration. But that's not our salvation. You have to come to the understanding of these precepts. Okay? If without that, you're fucked, bro. Call halal, lahaim la Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, the water Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, for letting those of us who understand this, who are coming into the understanding of this. Because how can you say sorry? How can you apologize if you don't even realize what you did wrong? And understanding where we went wrong is the foundation for repentance, and being able to comprehend and verbalize our specific transgressions against Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Not just saying sorry. We did this in multiple lifetimes, you guys. Verse 4, howbeit I sent unto you all my servants. And that's what Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Gabar, Elder Apostle Ramlam, Abba Bivens, Prophet Ariel, all these men out of the One West, and Elder Apostle Tahar, all the men of GMS, that's what this is now. That's what we are doing now. Howbeit I sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate. But they hearken not, nor incline. We didn't listen, nor incline their ear to turn from their wickedness, to burn no incense unto other gods. We wouldn't stop cheating. Just like you see women today, they refuse to stop. 6, wherefore my fury and mine anger was poured forth. How do you feel? How do men feel? You see men crying on the internet. You see men crashing out on the internet. Why? Because we're not set up. We're not supposed. It's not about us being weak, because the order is a man can have multiple wives and concubines. A man is not supposed to watch his wife sleep with other men. That's not how this is set up. And yet we see what? Women going from husband to husband while the husband is still alive. What's one reason why a woman is not supposed to have multiple husbands, but a man can? Let's just go from a biological perspective. When a man lays down with a woman, he ejaculates into her body. his rod is penetrating into her body, ejaculating his DNA seed into her. His DNA absorbs through her vaginal womb. It's on a cellular level, bro. And it goes into her bloodstream. And those cells, those DNA cells, which are the code of that man's essence, everything that he is, it circulates through her entire body, through her bloodstream, and it collects in her brain tissue, permanently marking his name, his genetic name, on her fucking brain forever. That doesn't happen when a woman sleeps with a man to a man. It happens when a man blows his nose inside of a woman. All that snot that comes out of him, it permanently sticks with her. So that makes her his possession. She's not his possession. She is his possession. There is an order. He is the head, and she is underneath that head. Just like Yahweh Shai is the head, and that man is underneath Yahweh Shai. And just like Yahweh is the head of Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai sits next at the right hand underneath Yahweh. Or next to Yahweh, okay? There's an order. There's an order. It can't be broken. Women are not equal to men. And so when you have one man who has 10 wives and he gets all 10 wives pregnant, there's no confusion on who the father is. Let a woman have 10 husbands, and when she gets pregnant, who's going to be the father? Exactly. And do you have any idea how filthy, nasty it is? If she's sleeping with 10 different men in a month period of time, you gotta understand, when a man ejaculates into a woman, his sperm, his semen, I believe it can live inside the woman up to 2 weeks. So you have the cells and the DNA of a man swimming around inside of you for 2 weeks, and you're gonna let another man blow his load inside of you, and then another man blow his load inside of you, and then another man blow his load inside. Don't say nothing about condoms. You're not even supposed to wear those. You're not supposed to have a plastic balloon on. So fuck all that shit. We're talking just natural nature here. If a woman sleeps with 10 dudes in a month, no condoms, all 10 of those dudes have shot inside of her, and their seed, their cells are fighting each other, as well as fighting with the woman's biology inside of her. She's got all those different DNA strands inside of her body. That's fucking disgusting. That's pollution. In that little hole, she's got 10 different men's energy, vibration, spirits fighting around inside of her, bro. That's why a woman can't have multiple men. That's just on a biological level. Anyways, back to the prophecy. Verse 6. Wherefore my fury. So just like the Most High was furious with us when we were cheating on him, burning incense, passing our seed to the holy fire, it's the same thing that you feel when your woman cheats on you. Wherefore my fury and mine anger. Because she's not supposed to be doing it. It's a new thing. It's not supposed to be happening. Was poured forth and was kindled in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, and they are wasted and desolate, as at this day, and women are destroyed. Therefore now thus saith Yahweh, the power of hosts, the power of Israel, wherefore commit ye this great evil against your souls. Because look at women. Even though women are sleeping around, and they got all this power, all this money, they're completely fucking destroyed. Because the source of a woman's wisdom is her man. Because they're operating in a wisdom, but what wisdom are they operating in? They're operating in Esau's hyper-feministic wisdom. They're under the vibration of a man. It's just the Edomite man in his kingdom. They have a man, the digital man. They can call the police. They have their air conditioned and their water is turned on. They can go to the store and buy their food. That's a digital man that provides for them. And whenever they have a fucking problem with you, they can call the police. Let me continue going because I don't want this to be too long. Therefore now, thus saith the Lord God of hosts, the power of Israel, wherefore commit ye this great evil against your souls, to cut off from you man and woman, child and suckling out of Judah, to leave you none to remain, and that ye provoke me unto wrath with the works of your hands, burning incense unto other gods in the land of Egypt, whether ye be gone to dwell, that ye might cut yourselves off, and that ye might be a curse and a reproach among all the nations of the earth. Have ye forgotten the wickedness of your fathers, and the wickedness of the kings of Judah, and the wickedness of their wives, and your own wickednesses? and the wickedness of your wives, which they have committed in the land of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, they are not humbled even unto this day. And women are absolutely fucking proud. It is what you see happening with the women in America is a mirror image of what we did to Yahweh. You have to make this connection. They are not humbled even unto this day, neither have they feared nor walked in my law, nor in my statutes that I set before you and before your fathers. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the power of Yasharallah, behold, I will set my face against you for evil, and to cut off all Judah. And I will take the remnant of Judah that have set their faces to go into the land of Egypt to sojourn there, and they shall all be consumed and fall in the land of Egypt. They shall even be consumed by the sword and by the famine. And that's gonna happen to these women during Jacob's trouble. They're gonna get their asses kicked. It's gonna happen. They have to be destroyed. By the sword and by the famine, they shall die, from the least even unto the greatest, by the sword and by the famine, and they shall be an execration and an astonishment and a curse and a reproach. For I will punish them that dwell in the land of Egypt, as I have punished Jerusalem by the sword and by the famine and by the pestilence, so that none of the remnant of Judah which are gone into the land of Egypt to sojourn there shall escape or remain, that they should return into the land of Judah, to the which they have a desire to return to dwell there. For none shall return, but such as shall escape. Then all the men which knew that their wives had burned incense unto other gods, and all the women that stood by, a great multitude, even all the people that dwelt in the land of Egypt and Pathros, answered Jeremiah, saying, now look at this. This is horrible. Watch. As for the word that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of Yahweh, we will not hearken unto thee. We had a face-to-face conversation with Yahweh the Most High, and we told him, as he was asking us to stop cheating in the streets, nope, we're not going to listen. Verse 17, but we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth, to burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her, as we have done, we and our fathers, our kings and our princes, and the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem. For then had we plenty of victuals, and were well, and saw no evil. Do you want to know what verse 17 is the equivalent of? It's the equivalent of any time you see a woman boasting about cheating on her man, while the guy is either freaking out or crying, and she's laughing about it, talking about how big his dick is, or what she did with him, or she films herself getting railed by another dude, and then she uploads that video so the other guy can see it, and she has no fucking shame. Or you see something in that category, and all the other women on TikTok, it's got 700,000 fucking views, and all the other women are commenting, hell yeah, I'm the same way, I agree, blase, fucking blase. That's what verse 17 is, you guys. It's that painful. Here we are talking to the man of war, Yahweh Tazabawathka, like this. We are his only wife. He has never, will never, and is not ever going to marry the other nations. And here we are fronting with the false gods of the other nations as if they make better love to us, if they are a better provider than us, if they're more handsome than he is. That's what we did, man. This is how fucked up verse 17 is. Verse 18. But since we left off to burn, and 18, since we left off to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her, we have wanted all things, and have been consumed by the sword and by the famine. And when we burned incense to the Queen of Heaven, and poured out drink offerings unto her, did we make her cakes to worship her, and pour out drink offerings unto her without our men? Then Jeremiah said unto all the people, to the men and to the women, and to all the people which had given him the answer, saying, the incense that you burned in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, ye and your fathers, your kings and your princes, and the people of the land, did not Yahweh remember them, and came it not into his mind? Do you see what's happening right here? It's a man arguing with his wife in the street about coming home and stopping cheating on him, and she's disrespecting him publicly, talking about she's not going to go home. It's better for her to continue in the streets. It's better for her to continue hooking up with so-and-so, because then she got this and she got that, or he bought me a Birkin bag. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what this chapter is, bro. That's what this is. And that's what you see us going through now. Verse 22, so that Yahweh could no longer bear because of the evil of your doings and because of the abominations which ye have committed. Therefore is your land and desolate, and as astonishment and a curse without an inhabitant as at this day, because ye have burned incense, and because ye have sinned against Yahweh, and have not obeyed the voice of Yahweh, nor walked in his law, nor in his statutes, nor in his testimonies. Therefore this evil has happened unto you as at this day. Moreover, Jeremiah said unto all the people and to all the women, hear the word of Yahweh, all Judah that are in the land of Egypt. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, saying, ye and your wives have both spoken with your mouths and fulfilled with your hands, saying, we shall surely perform our vows that we have vowed, to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven and to pour out drink offerings unto her. You will surely accomplish your vows and surely perform your vows. Therefore hear ye the word of Yahweh, Judah, that dwell in the land of Egypt. Behold, I have sworn by my great name. He's going to divorce us. He's going to remove his protection. He's going to pull back the chariots, the UFOs, the Alahayim from protecting us. He's going to he's going to pull his wisdom out of us. What you see happening with the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans today is a direct result of everything you're seeing right here. I have sworn by my great name, saith Yahweh, that my name shall no more be named in the mouth of any man of Judah. I'm going to beat the shit out of you so bad, I'm going to knock your memory out of your mind. You're going to discontinue from your hair. I'm going to fucking beat your ass so bad for disrespecting me, for talking shit to me when I was begging you to come home. I was genuinely begging you to come home, and you further embarrassed me in the streets. Now, when I lay my fucking hands on you, I'm going to beat your brains out so bad you're not even going to remember who the fuck you are, and you're not going to remember who I am when I'm done whooping your fucking ass. I'm going to beat you into a fucking coma because you deserve it. And women deserve to have the same thing happen to them when they do the shit you see them doing in the streets today. Behold, I will watch over them for evil and not for good, and all the men of Judah that are in the land of Egypt shall be consumed by the sword and by the famine, until there be an end to them. Yet a small number shall escape the sword, shall return out of the land of Egypt into the land of Judah, and all the remnant of Judah that are gone into the land of Egypt to sojourn there shall know whose word shall stand, mine or theirs. And there goes your remnant, there goes your elect. Just like you see today, you have an elect group of men who are sighing and crying for Yahweh Shai, and the rest of our men are fucking idiots. Look at this video. Look at this.
What's going on, fam? Jay the Black here, salute to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about, well, this title of this video is going to be about Kevin Garnett and his divorce. I came across an article randomly, and it was titled, Kevin Garnett thought his airtight prenup would protect him. He still had to pay $1.2 million a year in support. And I saw that, and
look how beautiful that girl is. And no Diddy, Kevin Garnett's a handsome and articulate, athletic Judite man. Listen to this story. They're a beautiful couple. He's a handsome he's a tall dude. He's a man's man. Look how pretty she is, man. I believe she's Northern Kingdom. I think she's Simeon Shamawan. I think she's god damn it. Fuck. The Simeonite. The Mino Black. But look how beautiful they are, right? No.
takes you back to a video I did about his divorce drama. I didn't
remember everything we just read, right? And who are we? Both her and him. These are Hebrew Israelites. Okay? Now this is affecting all the nations, but the reason why is because of what we did to Yahweh by Shemeshah. Now look at this.
And it takes me back to a video I did about his divorce drama. I did a couple of different videos about him and his wife wanted his prenup thrown out, and it was. And he still had to pay her $100,000 a month. She was asking for $146,000 a month in total support, which means spousal support and child support. But the judge ended up giving her $100,000 a month in support, and he also had to pay numerous legal bills of hers. And also, ties into the two most recent topics on my channel. I talk about Luka Doncic and his ex-fiance wanting $50 million, $40 million for herself, and $10 million for the kids, right? Because she needs most of it for herself, right? They were never married. They were only engaged. Yeah, they were together when they were teenagers up until recently. But there are a lot of heifers who think that she deserves $50 million. I mean, the delusion with women these days is insane. And I also talked about Kenny Smith. I made a video about Kenny Smith and him going viral for days. It seemed like almost a week. He went viral for marrying his...
Without Purdue Global, I wouldn't be.
He went viral for marrying his third wife, right? A woman that's about 20 years younger than him and has been married about as many times as him. This is her third marriage as well. And he went through a very pricey divorce. Very pricey divorce. And in that divorce, he had to pay his ex-wife a lot of money, similar to Kevin Garnett. And that is why in this video of this trilogy of videos in regards to either ex-NBA players or one current NBA player, it goes back to Kevin Garnett and his pricey divorce. You know, I truly believe that Kevin Garnett's divorce started the alimony era. If you go back, it was 2017? When we first all heard the news about his wife divorcing him right after he retired, which is why I tell y'all, professional athletes.
Listen to the story. It's only 13 minutes. She divorced him. He didn't cheat on her. He can't cheat on her, but according to the standards, he didn't do anything wrong, bro. And she fucking just, it's foul as fuck.
Man, and I know y'all watch these videos. Do not get married during your playing career, because once you're done playing, she's done playing with you too, right? And she's ready to cash out on your money so she can go trick off on men that she actually wants to be with. So I made a video about how his wife was securing the bag from him. She had these ridiculous demands. She actually got temporary support of what she was asking for, was $146,000, but they settled on $100,000. I think he's been paying that for years now, $1.2 million. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get into the article I came across from Basketball Network. Despite a prenup meant to shield him, Garnett was ordered to pay $100,000 a month in combined child and spousal support. And one of the reasons why I think that the prenup was pushed aside was because when she signed the prenup, it was back in, I think, 2004? So they were married from there to the 20-teens, basically. And they were allowed, or she was allowed, her and her legal team were allowed to get the prenup thrown out, which is absolutely insane.
And the legal team is what? It's a group of men. It's a group of other men. She was able to go to another system, which is what she was able to go around his authority. Behold, I do a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. How was she able to go around her head in this system, in this nation, underneath these children who are our oppressors, the Edomites? And women rule over you. All of this is a fulfillment of prophecy because of what we did.
So just because she's with you for that amount of time, that means the prenup means nothing? Divorce rates among athletes are higher than in general population, with estimates ranging from 60 to 80%. Some go under the radar, But others, like the falling out between Kevin Garnett and his wife Brandy, made headlines because of the massive amount of money involved. Back in July of 2018, Brandy Padilla, Garnett's wife of 14 years, filed for divorce while also seeking physical custody of their two children, Capri and Cavalli, who were 10 and 6, respectively, at the time. Of course, with the kids around, she was also seeking child support to the tune of $46,000 per month and monthly spouse support of $146,000. In addition, Brandy wanted Kevin to reimburse $300,000 in legal fees. Well, the verdict in the situation: divorce cases are initiated by women 90% of the time.
90% of the time, divorce cases. Why? Why? How long? This is why. Because we were doing it. We wouldn't submit to our husband. How long wilt thou go about, O backsliding daughter? For Yahweh he created the new thing in the earth, a woman shall compass a man. Oh, let me get this too. I liken the daughter of Zion. The daughter of Zion is talking about the men, because Zion is the rulership of Israel. I liken the daughter of Zion to a comely woman. Why would you liken a daughter to a comely woman? It's because the daughter is talking about men. Just like comely woman, just like the wisdom of the Most High by King Solomon is likened unto a woman, right? I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. And that daughter of Zion is talking about the rulership, which is the men. So there goes your dark saying of the men being the wife of Yahweh. And because they were cheating, that's why you see this.
And the Garnett's case was no different. It is also standard operating procedure for wives to seek some monetary benefit as they face the burden of reduced income and the sole responsibility of caring for the kids. Well, that is her fault. I'm so sick and tired of hearing this. She's asking for primary custody. Again, I want y'all to understand, this was after Kevin Garnett retired. He's not on the road. He is home. And she still wants primary custody. So I don't want to hear nothing about how,
So he was home. He was with her. He wasn't running the streets. She set for divorce to leave him and to take the kids because it's more money. Which is what? It's a woman compassing a man. This is a curse. This is punishment because of what we saw happening in Jeremiah chapter 44. The Most High was in the streets begging us to come back home, using the prophet Jeremiah to speak to us. And what are we doing? Talking shit, telling him, no, we don't want to come home. It's better that we stay over here. Absolute disrespect, man. So Yahweh said, okay, all right, don't come home. We're going to see whose words come to pass. I'm going to beat the fucking shit out of you. And that's what happened.
she got all this responsibility. Just like I've said in my recent videos, these women asked for primary custody, therefore they should get the primary burden of the responsibility. If you want help, just say you want help. But these heifers want child support. So they're willing to take the kids and get primary custody because they want a bigger child support check. That's what it's about. When it comes to financial support, it's case by case. Garnett, often called the big ticket in NBA circles, earned approximately $334 million over his 21-season career with the Minnesota Timberwolves, Boston Celtics, and Brooklyn Nets. His 6-year, $126 million deal with the
$126 million. Top player dude in the NBA, world famous on TV, and this fucking heifer, this girl, doesn't care. I want to have children with you, and then when you're retired, I want to break up. I want to divorce you, take half your shit, and go fuck other guys that aren't even famous. But why? That's why. This is why. Look, Are not men sighing and crying with the way women are being able to, with women, the way women are acting? Are we not fucking like, God damn, when is this shit gonna end? It's worse now than it's ever before, because it's prophecy, you guys. Everything Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai says in prophecy are programs that govern the spirits of the people they are assigned to.
So the Timberwolves, Boston Celtics, and Brooklyn Nets. His 6-year, $126 million deal with the T-Wolves back in '97 basically sparked the lockout that led to the creation of the salary cap.
He was moving up so highly that Esau had to write laws to stop him and further Jakes from doing what he was doing. That's how fucking big this guy was moving in the earth. Typical shit, but still. And she was married to this guy. She was married to this level of fame, and still it doesn't, you guys, it doesn't matter, because Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai is undefeated. Prophecy is undefeated. Yahushai is undefeated, man.
In short, Garnett made a lot of money during his playing career, not to mention endorsement deals, and Padilla wanted a piece of the pie. Lazy heifers who did not help him shoot not one shot in the gym think they deserve a piece of his wealth. This is why I say marriage is a joke. She could not wait till he retired to divorce him. Couldn't wait. In the court ruling issued on July 2018, about a year after the divorce case was filed, Brandy pretty much got what she wanted. Instead of the $192,000 of total child support and spousal support, the court approved $100,000 per month for both. Then Garnett was ordered to pay $300,000 in legal fees and an additional $225,000.
He had to pay for her lawyers, for her divorcing him. They made him pay for her lawyers.
Therefore, in addition to the legal fees and the extra KG had to pay him $1.2 million in annual support, and worse, the amount could increase if the 2004 NBA MVP does not hold up his end of the bargain. That's crazy. They got him. You talk about, you know what I'm saying, having somebody by the collar. That is crazy. And you know what I'm saying, having somebody by the collar. That is crazy. And the fact he's been, now maybe he saved a lot of his money during his career, but the fact that he has been retired since then, because he hasn't played since then, it just tells you everything you need to know about how he feels about her. He wants her to be comfortable because he hasn't challenged this ever. And
see, this guy loved her. I'm not saying this was a perfect situation, but this particular situation, I listened to this video today, man. I was headed back from work, and my stomach, I was so fucking angry. I was so goddamn angry and hurt just thinking about all these goddamn stories of all these dudes with all these women, thinking about the last girl that I was with. I'm currently not with no females, don't plan on getting with none. Fuck that. I'm not physically attracting any females right now, but my spirit, with everything I'm going through with this truth, fuck that. I'm not doing it, dude. Not that I can, but I wouldn't if I could. I was so, my stomach, and then it was like, you're going to do a lesson on this. And then I came home and I saw that commercial on fucking TikTok with that lady singing. I'm going to play it again before I end the lesson. It was just like, yeah, do this. But I was so grieved over this, and then I was like, hold up, man. Why? Again, you got to balance it all out. This isn't just happening for naught. We did what we did, man. And Yahweh is a God of balance. And we gotta drink this cup. And we're at the end of it. We're at the end of the affliction. It's gonna turn around. But we gotta understand why. We did this very thing. We did worse to Yahweh, but Yahweh didn't do it, and and Yahweh still loves us. Yahushai still loves the children of Israel. He's just fucking extremely angry with us because of the shit that we're doing, man.
And by the way, he's had another child support case with a woman from New York. She took him to court asking for a lot of money, and they settled that. Another interesting part, besides the total amount Garnett had to pay Padilla, was the fact that the ex-couple had a prenuptial agreement. That document is supposed to protect the 15-time all-star from situations like this, still something came up that ultimately worked against him. According to the agreement, as claimed by Brandy, Kevin was supposed to fund a joint account that was to be worth $12 million, and that she would receive half if they ever part ways. She said the account had nearly nothing in it when they separated, per the Blast celebrity news website that first got a hold of the incident. Garnett had various ways to make money, including a marijuana business that he cashed in for $5 million, as well as an amended tax returns that netted the NBA superstar additional $11 million. Brandy got none of it, her lawyer said in a statement. The whole debacle turned into a pricey goodbye for Garnett. He learned the hard way that sometimes airtight contracts can start to leak. For many rich athletes and celebrities, the romance fades over time, but the invoice certainly does not. I will say this, though. At the time of the divorce, the children were 10 and 6 back in 2018. If you do the math, one of the kids is already 18, and another one will be 18 in a couple more years. So he's about to be off the hook for the child support for that. So hopefully, Brandy has been saving money, because I think what Kevin Garnett's strategy could be is that he lets the child support run its course, and then once she's only getting spousal support from him, he then challenges it, because he doesn't make that income anymore. Now, maybe he has business ventures that are doing very well for him, but again, he's not making the money he was making in the NBA. I don't care what he's doing right now. He's not making that type of money.
I can't imagine what it would be like going through some shit like that. Being with someone, they leave you, and then they go get a team of people, and through a system, they're able to fucking siphon your fucking money away from you based on a marriage that you no longer want to be a part of. But because you were married, therefore now you have to give me. That shit is fucking crazy, dude.
He's not. So that could be a strategy. Maybe he's going to let this thing run its course, and then once the two kids have reached adulthood as far as being past 18, and he no longer has to pay child support. I think depending on some states, some states require you to pay child support for children up until 21. I don't know, maybe where this was filed is 18.
All right, we're done with that. Let's come to here. Pretty much done with the lesson. Look, and remember, who is the race of people that is over this entire system? Esau, Edom, with Amalek as the head nation, the so-called fucking white man. These are all his laws. These are all his technologies. This is his system. And yes, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai said he was going to do it. And that proves that the so-called white man is the sword of Yahweh. Because we know the wicked is thy sword. And the wicked is Esau, Edom, per Malachi 1, verses 3 through 4. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Wash up the line, feed the kids, get dressed, pass out the kisses, and get to work by 5 and 9.
If you grew up in the 80s, you'll remember this Anjali jingle and the mixed messages it delivered. Check it out.
'Cause I'm a woman, Anjali.
Charles of the Ritz creates Anjali, the new 8-hour perfume for the 24-hour woman.
I can bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan. And never, never, never let you forget your romance. 'Cause I'm a woman,
Man, fuck
I can.
all of that. But on the same time, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakagodash, Baba Kishah, Baba Kishah, Baba Kishah. I confess, we confess our adulteries against you, our imperious harlotries, our public rebellion, our public disrespect, our public transgressions, and in all of our past lives. I speak it in my personal life, and anyone listening to this lesson, they can follow along. But we, as a nation, Israel, we committed adultery against you by worshiping the gods of the heathen nations, passing the fire, passing the holy seed to the fire that's sacrificing our children to Moloch and burning incense under every green tree. You said you had fury upon us and that you would lay your fury upon us, and you have. Yahweh B'Hashem Yashah, we give you glory. The whole earth is full of your glory. Your prophecies, your decrees are 1,000% undefeated. And I acknowledge this. We acknowledge this, man. I pray that this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone of whom I learned from. This is your brother, Radah. Shalom.